everything's changing. This could possibly be the new normal. So we have to consider what we're going to do, and we're going to go online with as much of the content as we can. And we are going to prioritize the kind of content that will be of value to yourselves and your loved ones in the event that you find yourself compromised with your breathing. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. A lot of people do not understand the value of Tai Chi or Qigong until they've had it prescribed to them by a medical professional. And the value is that it teaches you how to breathe. And you'll be alarmed to discover that many people in a postmodern environment, they don't know how to do this. It is something you need to study. First of all, the big reveal, are you ready? Seeing as it might be the end of the world, we have returned, and the road warrior is back. I've lost it, all of it. It makes me more aerodynamic. But you'll see that in action later. For now, breathing. So breathing is achieved using a sheet of muscle that truncates the body here. It's known as the diaphragm. And quite often what happens with people is when they're breathing, they think that breathing is expressed through the rib cage, and it shouldn't be. This structure should hang in front of your heart, almost like a curtain. And it needs to be as relaxed as possible, because this allows you to use your body efficiently, which means that the primary engine for your breath is this diaphragm. And quite often what happens is when we try to get our mind to connect with the diaphragm, it gets lost in translation. So there are specific exercises which have been preserved for thousands of years, which help us to connect with the diaphragm and to understand its role in governing our emotional state as well as our energetic state. And what does that mean? When you laugh, what is it? Ha 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 ha. It's your diaphragm. And when you cry, what is that? That's again, it's your diaphragm. Right? What else have we got? We've got anger. It's your diaphragm. And fear, again, your diaphragm. It's almost the muscle which is so entwined with our emotional state, but we don't see it. We don't see it because it's not visible. We don't perceive the act of breathing normally because it's automatic. So what is mindfulness? What is meditation? It's when you start to bring this awareness and connect it with the autonomous function of the breath. And thus you start to integrate the layers of your mind, the volitional mind and the autonomous mind. Just take a small step closer and you start to connect your intelligence and your intuition. And it's a beautiful thing. And ultimately, at the end of the day, these practices have arrived and been preserved and gifted to us through the practice of martial arts, of combat. And the reason these practices emerged and were passed down is because they increase your effectiveness. Now, obviously, combat is like the apex of human performance. There is very few things I've experienced in my life that have pushed me to the extremes of my capacity more than dealing with another intelligent human being with the intention to defeat me. That has always physically, emotionally, intelligently, every aspect of my being has been pushed to the limit. And the people who did this, and it mattered life or death, the ones who survived came back with these persistent messages to us that breathe. Just breathe. That's it. It's that simple. And as Bruce Lee said at the beginning, you think, a punch is just a punch, and then you realize a punch is not just a punch, and then a punch is just a punch again. And it's the same with the breath. At first, a breath is just a breath, and then you learn a breath is not just a breath. You have to make it happen. You have to allow your mind to connect with the process, and experience it. It's not automatic, really. You can connect yourself with this, and in doing so, you start to remove the obstacles to the breath moving down through your body. As soon as that happens, the diaphragm starts to deflect deeper and deeper, and the volume for respiration increases. Obviously, that means the oxygen in your breath, in your bloodstream, is going to be boosted, and this will mean you'll be able to survive a little bit further. So what are we talking about? We're talking about physiological efficiency, and we're talking about emotional stability. Two things that we can all agree are going to be quite important in the coming months. So that's why you need to do this. And you don't have to, obviously. It's your choice, but it's free. Take it, own it, make it your own. Thank you.